Alright, we're going to tape in this joint here. We've got a tapered edge on a tapered edge. We've got horizontal fixing, so we've got a joint through the wall. I'm going to walk you through how I go about taping this in. Now, first of all, what we need to do is just check things over. Check our screws are in good. Now, you can see that there, that screw has broken the surface of the paper, so that is probably how we're going to get popping later on. As soon as the screw breaks the paper, it's sort of doing nothing, it's not holding anything. So what we need to do is take that out and re-screw it. And we want to go just below the surface of the paper, so it's not breaking the paper, so that's holding it there. Then we can just fill both of those in. So we'll check those, check our internals, check our joints, check our screws are all good. We've got one here sticking out, we want to just go through and pull those in here. We've got this bit of a nick here, we just want to take all these off, any loose bits of paper, because what's going to happen if you just fill over that loose bit of paper, it's just going to always be loose underneath. So we want to get that off so the plastic can fill into that joint. And then once we've checked everything over, we're all good to go. We've got another one here, look at that there, it's right below, so that's not doing anything. So we'll just take that out, drop it down. And then just below the surface there, so it's not breaking the paper. So once we've done that and got all that right, we're good to go. So I'm using Quickset that I've mixed up. Now if you're a beginner, I'd highly recommend buying pre-mixed taping compound, just because it's pre-mixed, it's air drying, so it's not going to go hard on you while you're halfway through your room or whatever. You can put it back in the bucket once you're finished, put the lid on, and it'll keep. So difference being, Quickset has a setting time of whatever it says on the bag, but it's also gypsum based, and it's chemically setting. So whereas the air drying compound is glue based, it's got a glue in it, and it's air drying. So once it's exposed to the air, it'll start drying. Once you got the lid on, it's fine. So highly recommend for beginners using an air drying pre-mixed taping compound, an all-purpose compound. Make sure it's good for all three coats, because you can buy pre-mixed compound that's only suitable for a finish coat. So we don't want that. We want the all-purpose, multi-purpose taping mud. But today I'm using Quickset, but by all means, if you want to use Quickset, you can. If you want to see how I mix it up by hand, check out the link in my description for a video on that. But what I'm going to use is a hawk and a 6-inch knife. Now, the reason I'm using a 6-inch knife is that it covers that taper. You can see there, I want to fill that taper in first, and that covers pretty much right across there. So if we just mark where our tapers are, you can kind of see it in the light, it's there and there. Now a tapered edge is a recessed edge, so the board goes in, which allows for your mud and your tape to go in. Otherwise, when we've got a butt joint here, a cut edge here, so there's not enough, it hasn't been allowed for the tape to go in, to be recessed in, so we're going to have to fan that out. Whereas the tapered edges, we essentially don't have to fan it out too much, because once we've finished, it's going to be nice and flat. So the majority of our joints should be tapered edges. So applying the mud, generally what I like to do is swipe down. Now we're not putting heaps on. If you go and try and put that whole lot on there, that'll just fall off onto the floor. So I always like to swipe down. You probably, as a beginner, want to start off by doing this. But if you can start by just holding it on an angle and then coming it down across on an angle, you're going to get some mud on your knife. You can even you're not taking much, so you're not start taking a little bit, take a bit more. If you take quite a bit, what I like to do is bring it off and then turn it over straight away. If I bring it off and hold it there, it'll eventually fall off, so take it off and bring it over. So once we've got the compound on, or the mud on our knife, I'm going to start at the end, and what we're going to do is we're going to roll the wrist as we put it on. So we're pretty much going to have the knife's going to be flat on the wall once we're finished. If we just start here and start coming along, nothing's going to happen because it's going to stay on the knife. We need to roll our wrist to put it on, roll the knife. So we're going to roll as we put it on. Doesn't matter if you put too much on, doesn't matter if it falls on the ground. And then we're going to come back, and then we're going to hold the knife on the same angle. And there you can see the mud is in that recess. We're going to clean as we go. You don't want those edges drying out. Even if it takes you 5 minutes to come along, those edges will start drying out, so we want to keep that clean. That's okay there, that's thick enough, it's not going to dry out straight away. Again, put it on, roll the wrist. Make sure you fill in that little bit there. Again, come back the other way. So essentially what we're doing is we're putting the mud on and then flattening it off. So I'm going to hold the knife at the same angle and just flatten it off. I don't want to put too much pressure on. If I put too much pressure on, I'm just taking it all off. And here is a perfect example, if you're using a paper tape, how you get bubbling. If I put my tape on over that, I'm going to get bubbling because I can see the plasterboard through the compound, and the tape will not stick if there's not enough mud there, and that'll bubble. So that's how we get bubbling. So we want to put enough on. Well, I don't want to see any plasterboard through the compound. Clean the edges, just clean off the edges as we go. So we've got compound right along there. I can't see any plasterboard through the compound. So we're ready for our tape. Now, if you're using a hawk, keep it clean. Keep the mud on the one spot. Even if you want to do this, there we go. Now, I'm using a fiber fuse tape. By all means, if you have a paper tape, you can use that. But as a beginner, I'd recommend this. Less chance of bubbling because there's gaps, or it's breathable, the tape. Plastic can go in and out. We're going to start by putting the tape on. We're going to bring it out, and we're going to place it in the center. So then you can use your fingers, you can use your knife, just gently. Now, as you get better, you can just roll along as you go. But if you're a beginner, bring it out straight, place it, come along, bring it out, place it, come along, bring it out, place it. And then eventually we'll just go into the edge there, just keep pushing. I'm doing these little pushes slowly. If I just go in there, and we could end up tearing, or we might end up sort of with this scenario where it's like this, and we get this. So if I just work my way along and rip. Now the tape's on, just lightly press it in again, very lightly. We don't want to be forcing it, because then we're just forcing all the compound out from behind the tape. So the tape's in. Let's get some more mud, again, just down. So let's cover the tape straight away. Where it gets its strength, the tape gets its strength, is it's in between two layers of the same mix. So we've got one on the bottom, now we're going to put one on the top, and it's all going to combine, come together and form a strong bond with the tape in the middle. So again, roll the wrist, roll the knife, put it on, roll the wrist, put it on. You can come right along. If you're a beginner, just come a quarter of the way, halfway. And again, we're just going to have that knife on the top and the bottom edge of that recess. That's our guide. I'm going to hold it on an angle and just clean the edges. Clean the edges. Again, what I'm doing is I'm holding it, putting pressure on one side. You can see there like that. It's a bit over exaggerated, but that's how I'm showing you. Otherwise you'll be digging in. So by holding it on that sort of angle, that's how we clean off. Okay, top edge. Keep your edges clean. Now we're going to come back. If you're okay on your backhand, same thing again. Roll the wrist, put it on. If you need a bit more, put it on, a bit more. You can do your edges first, if that's any easier, and then finish. Here we've got a little lift off lip. Leave it, walk away. Once that's dry, the next day you can come back and just give it a scrape and clean it off. If I sit here and try and get that smooth, I'm just going to end up taking more mud off. So it's always better to have a high point, because once that's dry you can just scrape it off or sand it off. It's absolutely fine. Remember, this is just our first coat. So screw holes. I'm going to push it in, I'm going to swipe twice. Push it in, swipe twice. If we just push it in and swipe once, that's going to bulge out. And once it's dry, we're going to have to come back and scrape every single one. But by swiping twice, it's going to sink in. So when we come to do our second coats, we can just go straight over it. Now this one here, we've probably got a little bit of dangly edges. What we do is we take the underside of our knife and we'll just push that in. So there's no dangly bit sticking out. Again, push it in, swipe twice, swipe 3 times if it hasn't gone back. You start getting faster and faster. That one there, perfect example of that one was below the surface. It had broken the paper, and if we look here, it's not holding. You see that? That's popping. So if we fill that again tomorrow and the next day, once the painter comes along and puts pressure on or painting, it's going to do this. If anyone leans on the wall, we're going to see that, and we're going to say, hey, come back and fix this. Then we're going to have to start over again. It's going to have to be all painted again. So do this now. Take that out. Smooth it down. Just below the surface. If you're interested in a complete explanation on this, I have a whole separate video on that. It'll be linked in the description. Go watch that if you want to, if you're interested in the reason and why that happens. But I think I've explained it pretty good. Check for little nicks and stuff. Here's one here. Fill it. Yeah, so that's how I tape a joint for a beginner. Remember, I'm just trying to keep it easy as I can for beginners, and fill our screw holes. So any questions, guys, just leave them in the comments. I'll answer any questions you have. I've got a whole heap of videos on my channel explaining all the different processes, the second coating, third coating. If you want to check those out, go watch them. I've got internal corner videos, so there's a whole variety of videos on my channel. So subscribe if you're not already, go check them out, and thanks for watching.